Long way, get this shit the long way, long way, long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit the long way. Gotta get the shit the long way, get the shit, gotta get the shit long way. Gotta get the shit the long way. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be trippin' every day, she be trippin' every way. But I gotta get this shit the long way. Tryna get money every single way. Tryna get money every single day. Get money every single way and every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be a new slave, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand, don't understand, niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone show. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she bout to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I work it, got some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way, long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear masks, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way. We gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah. Cause we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I love that intro song, man. I really do. And it wasn't even made for this channel, man. It just actually just makes sense. If all the money that's following whatever country that money belongs, if it's capitalist, that's all that matters. That's all we need to know. If it's capitalist, that's all we need to know. All right. And it seems like, becoming debt free, getting out of debt it's very difficult. It feels like the long way. It really does, but it's the shortest way possible. Freeing yourself first, man. So welcome everybody to another Q&A Sundays. I'm your host, LJ Young. I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. All right. And if you're new to the channel, you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? All right. So open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. Now, as you're looking at the calculator, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You can obviously see them physically because you're looking at the calculator now. All right. Now, this was me. I couldn't see negative numbers psychologically either. I was the same way. I was, up to the age from 18 to age of 40. I realized I woke up, got out of debt. I realized I was living in a debt matrix my whole entire life. Now, who created the debt matrix? The banks. The banks created the debt matrix. So let me give an example if you still got your calculator open. All right. This is where the debt matrix is where debt slaves live. I was there. I was a debt slave for up to age 40, right? So leave your calculator open. What it does is take the negative numbers that you see on your calculator. They pass through the debt matrix. And then when they come out on the other side to reach your brain, you now believe you're a homeowner. You now believe you have equity in a house that you didn't even have the money to buy. See how it works? If those negative numbers pass through the debt matrix and become positive somehow, which is mathematically impossible. Okay. The only reason why I can see the debt matrix now because I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's the only reason why I can see it. Before I couldn't see it because it's invisible. It's invisible to people who are in debt. All right. People in debt slaves, they don't know that you cannot buy a house with a mortgage. You can't buy a house with a mortgage. That's impossible. You can't do that. You cannot buy a car with a car loan. You can't do that. You cannot buy a brand new cell phone every year with no money. You can't do that. Okay? Debt slaves don't know that. Because you got to remember, all capitalist I'm telling you something. All capitalist economies could not work if the majority were in debt. We're not in debt. It could not work. The housing market couldn't exist. Student loan debt wouldn't exist. Credit card debt wouldn't exist. Car loan debt wouldn't exist. All that would not exist if it wasn't for debt slaves. Now, the wonderful thing about all capitalist economies, it's a choice. You either choose to trust a calculator or you don't. That's the choice. If you don't, you're on the wrong side of the economy. You'll never understand phantom income. You'll continue going on through your life thinking you're writing off money on taxes. All that crazy nonsense. You're not writing off anything. You will continue looking at your financial portfolio with things on there that you don't own. If you have a financial portfolio with your name on it, something inside of it with your name on it and the bank's name on it, you're doing it wrong. If you believe you created a successful business and your student loans are older than your successful business, you're not successful. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're doing it wrong. If you're adding the equity to your financial portfolio of things that you don't own, you are doing it wrong. Does the calculator say you own it? Then why do you think you own it? The calculator is never wrong. And if you don't agree with the calculator, you're wrong. Now, what I'm sharing with you guys, the answer, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, that is the answer. There's no if, ands, or buts. I'm not guessing. It is. It's a gift. This is a gift. And this is a gift I'm here to share. All the SMD family members know this. SMD family members know I'm not really saying anything special. I'm just saying I trust the calculator. That's it. That's nothing fancy. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not saying I know more than you or you don't know shit and I do. No, I'm just saying I trust the calculator in any every financial situation. Whatever the calculator says, I believe it. Now I continue on with Q&A Sundays is to help to share with you guys somebody that wants to know the answers to their financial situation, why they're living paycheck to paycheck. How come they keep running to the same financial emergencies all the time? How come you keep coming up short every month to pay your bills that you have to go to a credit card to do it? If you need a credit card to pay your monthly bills, you're doing it wrong. Now, on the financial side, the flip side, that's important. It's very important for people to finance cars. It's very important to the economy that people believe they're homeowners with 30 and 40-year mortgages. That's important. It's important for people to believe that they can buy a house while having student loan debt. That's important. It's important for many to believe that it's okay to finance a house with a subprime mortgage. That is important to the economy. With debt slaves, you guys don't know, no currency exists for you guys. None, zero. You can't, currency doesn't exist for you. Paper currency like green dollars, the money that you have in your pocket or you believe you have in your pocket that you believe you have in your bank account. Like when you log into your bank account and you see these numbers, That's not money. That's digital numbers on a computer screen. What are you talking? Where's the cash at? Are you seeing cash on your computer screen when you log into your bank account? No, you're seeing digital numbers. Now, if you're thinking, what do you mean, LJ? Green paper's not real for debt slaves. For people like me, it's real. For you, it's not. Let me give you an example, okay? Because I know you guys don't really get it, but I try my best to explain it to you, very simplified. Take a 20 out of your pocket, okay, and hold it in your hand, okay, in one hand, and then in the other hand, I want you to open up the calculator app on your phone, okay. Now, this is what I want you to do. Okay. And this is called a glitch in the debt matrix. Okay. On your calculator, I want you to put in 20, the 20 that's going to represent the physical 20 in your hand. And then I want you to say minus your car payment and then hit equal. All right. Now, here's the glitch. Does the calculator say you have $20 in your hand? Now, which one are you going to believe right here? Are you going to believe the $20 in your hand? Or are you going to believe what the calculator is saying to you? Which one are you going to believe? $20 minus your monthly car payment and hit equal. The calculator or the 20? Now, this is very tough. That's called a glitch in the debt matrix. There's only one right answer, is the calculator. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now. Now, let me show you what I mean, how money is real for me and other S&B family members. Pretend that you hand me that same 20, okay? You physically just handed it to me. All right. Now I want you to open up your calculator app again. Then I want you to put in $20 minus no car payment and hit equal. Does the calculator say I have $20 in my hand? Because I do. Because I do have $20 in my hand. Okay. You see how it works? That's how it works. Now, if you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you want to stop worrying about next month's bills and how you're going to pay. Hey, right. SMD is the answer. You'll never live like that again. Those days are done. Those days are done. What's up, Alex, Omanike, Nick, Humbled Homestead, Zeke, Aaron? You tired of those days? This is what Q&A is. Q&A Sundays are for me to come here to help you for free. I'm here to help you for free. Don't feel embarrassed that you messed up, you did it wrong. Hey, you got to just leave all that out the door. Leave it at the door. That doesn't matter. Step one, recognize that you're a slave. Do you understand how proud it will be to recognize that you go from a unconscious slave to a conscious slave? Unconscious slaves, they don't know that they're slaves. They don't know that. Unconscious debt slaves, excuse me. Unconscious debt slaves don't know that they're unconscious debt slaves. When you go from an unconscious debt slave to a conscious debt slave, that is huge. That is big. You don't realize how big of a step that is to go from you're going from not knowing that you were an unconscious debt slave to knowing you are one. Millions of people don't know that they're unconscious debt slaves, and it must be that way. I don't want that to change. Now you got to remember, I just discovered this. So this was already in place. I just discovered it at age 50. So it was already in place. Now, when I look at a capitalist economy, it's been a choice the whole time. You choose which side you want to be. If you want to choose to continue to pay student loans all your life, you go right ahead and do it. If you want to finance cars for 72, 84 months, you go right ahead and do it. It's your choice. If you believe you can't pay a car in cash, that's just your choice. You just choose it. The capitalist economy, and the reason why I'm only speaking on the capitalist economy, this is the only kind of economy I've ever known. I was born in it. And then once I discovered it was a choice, I was like, hats off to the hats off to the designers of it. Hats off. My hats off go to you. And then once you're out of it like this, you do tax evasion, that's disrespect. You're disrespecting the system when you start cheating on your taxes. You're disrespecting it. How are you disrespecting? Because you don't have to. You think debt slaves would be part of the economy if they wasn't forced to pay? Taxes are not bad. They're not evil. They're not keeping you down. They're not keeping you in debt. They're not, because when you hear people say that, you got to say, you say to yourself, wait a minute. Okay. Out of your paycheck, who gets the majority of the money? You do. If you get the majority of the money, how are taxes keeping you down financially if you get the majority of the money? I could see if taxes were taking 70% of your paycheck and you were only getting 30, of course, that wouldn't even work. The economy wouldn't work. That would be very, very bad. But once you understand how it works and you get out of debt, you're like, oh, taxes are not evil. No, they're not. You get out of it, create a quality product. That's key number one. When you go into business, make sure you create first before you even think about starting something. You understand you have to have a quality product. Don't worry about the business license, the EIN numbers. First, you determine if you have a quality product to even go on that side of business. Now, I'm going to put this link up here. Okay. This is for you guys, man. For those of you that listen in the background or quiet, or I mean, you really want to know without paying, you want to know for free what's holding you up financially, what's keeping you from reaching your dreams, becoming a multimillionaire, a trillion, whatever. Hey, listen, whatever you want to be, you'll stop thinking six figures is a lot of money. Woo, I wish I could make sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a goal because that was a goal of mine and I achieved it. Okay, let me just make sure you're straight. Let me just make sure you guys understand that. When I was in the debt matrix, six figures was a goal of mine and I achieved it. But once I got out of debt, I was like, oh, there's way more. How do I know this? Jeff Bezos, he's making billions. And here I'm stuck on six figures. These cats, Elon Musk and Jeff, they're going to space. I'm down here on Earth talking about six figures. Not saying that I want to go to space. I'm just saying I'm just letting you go. I'm just letting you guys know what's possible. They believe space was possible and they're doing it. They're human beings. They're just like you and me. They're no different. Now that I think like that, now that I think like Warren Buffett, these are people that I can see, not the people. You can imagine the people that don't want to be seen. They pay to keep their name off the Forbes list. They pay that. They're like, hey, man, I want nobody to know how much money I'm making. Keep my name off of that list. This is how I think now. That's the only way I think. I only compare myself to people that are doing it, making multi-millions of dollars. You think they pay attention to you think people like that pay attention to people who making student loan payments? Do you think billionaires care? They got billions with no debt. You think they care the opinions of people making student loan payments? Come on, man. Car payments? Nah, mm-mm. They know you guys are important to the economy. Don't get me wrong. Without you, it couldn't be no them. What's up, Zeke? What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Man, glad you came on right on time, man. I just woke up and was about to fix me some coffee or whatever, get the day started. But man, I'm glad you came on. Man, I have a question, but it's not financial. It's more like life wise, right? So just before I start the question, just a small story. Friday, I quit my job because my job's kind of like taking a turn for the worst. They uh, they changed my route, and it went into effect Wednesday. And ever since Wednesday, man, I just every time I went into work, uh, now, mind you, I still cooperated. But when I was working Wednesday, just all day, there was just this nasty taste in my mouth. And I was thinking about you when you were saying when you were in the IT field, you were saying that just something was wrong, right?
Yep.
So that's exactly how I'm feeling now. And it's like I finished Wednesday up, and the workload wasn't the problem. It's just I drive trucks or whatever. And so I have to deliver to like Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, and all that. And so, man, that stuff is hard getting a 43-foot trailer in a in a car entrance of a Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like I'm driving in Walmart and I'm docking and they're receiving or whatever. You know, I'm driving that trailer and I'm parking in front of the store on the fire lane. And I'm having to do illegal stuff in order to do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean Walmart doesn't have a place for you to park that truck?
Some Walmarts do. They have the loading zone, but a lot of them don't.
Okay.
So you gotta park that sucker right there in the fire lane. Code enforcement or whatever city official come out and give me a ticket, and my job I hand them the ticket and they'll be like, nah, you should blah blah blah.
Wow.
So that was messing with me, in just the fact that the new cities that I'm having to drive to now, because like I said, I stay in DFW, Texas, and so I deliver all over this the metro, and so the new cities that got put on my route, it's hell. Like there's like signs that they say no trailer, no trucks over this amount of axles or whatever, and I'm breaking the law, driving this sucker down residential, streets, and it's like, man, I'm just all at risk.
Well, I'm not understanding. Don't they know this when they build the store or they want a delivery? Don't they know this before that happens?
Well, see, the funny thing, LJ, it's not on the stores. It's on our business. It's on the employer. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones who routed me to go to these stores, right?
What it's up to the business you work for, or the business that you're delivering to?
The business that I work for.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like on top of that, man. And then just all the stuff that I've already kind of like been going through behind the scenes with the job, knowing that I got my truck and whatever, and I'm working on I submitted my LLC stuff to the state Friday morning.
Okay.
So I'm so I'm all I have to do is wait for that to get formed.
Remind me of the business that you're starting?
I'm gonna be trucking owner.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a subcontracting owner operator.
Okay, and you're personally debt free now, right?
Personally debt free. Been debt free, LJ. Been debt free.
I like to hear that. Okay, go ahead.
But so I got all that I'm looking forward to, and then I'm now walking into a place where the only thing that held me down was knowing that my route was easy. And knowing that, even though I still have to hustle and bustle to, do my job, at least there's comfort in, because like I said, that's the one thing I like about truck driving is I get a lot of my meditation done while I'm on the road. And so now my meditation is interrupted because now I have to city drive and I can't even relax because you got people who are insane who are, doing everything in the world but driving. And CDL, when you have your CDL, man, it's tough. It's tough because.
So let me make sure I just want to understand something. I don't mean to interrupt your story. So any ticket you get, you have to pay it?
There's certain parameters, right?
Okay.
Like stuff that the company knew and I get a ticket on, the company will take care of that, right?
Wow.
but there's ambiguity. There is ambiguity in like I said, if I park in the fire lane and the fire whatever inspector come out, he sees me, or the police, they can write me a ticket, and legally I am responsible for that. Now,
Wow.
you would think that the company would be like, oh, okay, well, he's doing that because he's working for us, but that's one of those things where they can just say, well, that's on you, buddy.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your story, man. My bad.
Nah, it's good. So I went through Wednesday and I went through Thursday and I got to Friday. And I'm talking about Friday, man. I just woke up. I was just so upset. I was just so frustrated, LJ. I didn't want to go to work. I was supposed to be at work for 6, but I didn't show up until 9. And then I got there, lollygagged around, drove the truck in front of the gates to leave. Sat there for like 45 minutes because I was like, man, I just want to go quit. I'm just done with this.
I remember that feeling. I'm hearing it in your voice, man. I remember that feeling. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I remember that.
They stole from me, man, and it's like, man, yeah. I'm, it's petty. It's petty a little bit on my side. I have to be honest with myself and look at myself in the mirror. I'm petty because I loved how easy my route was. I loved how consistent it was, how easy it was. And now, I deliver water or whatever. So now that we're coming to the winter months, water's going to slow down. But the fact is, there's still the enjoyment that I get from just already understanding the stores that I deliver to, already dealing with people, already knowing who I'm dealing with. So anyway, back to the store Friday, I left. I drove around. Mind you, now just level with me here because I'm just pissed off. I did a little driving around, and I got to my first store, and this store is one of the new stores that got added, and I mean it was just jacked up. I mean, it just was jacked up. So the guy who was previously delivering to this store just didn't care, or it's just that bad. And I did that one store, LJ. I drove all the way back to the station. I handed my boss my shirt, my hat, my phone. I said, I'm done. I quit. I'm out of here.
Wow. Okay. How are they responding when you saying this?
They were speechless. My boss, he was like, you're not going to give me the 2 weeks? I was like, no, I'm out now.
Oh, God damn. What? And how long you been with this company?
2 years.
Ooh, they don't see much of that. Wow. And when you handed it to them, they were just like, "Ooh," I mean, what were they saying?
He was just speechless. He, like I said, he hit me with you're not going to give me the 2 week spiel. And I was like, nah, I'm just done. I can't deal with this. And so I walked out and I told all my co-workers, you know what I'm saying, that I was with. I was like, man, I enjoy working with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Blase blah, RIP status, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And left it go.
Right.
But check this out. I get a call 2 hours later from my boss's boss.
Oh.
Asking me to come back.
Oh. Okay. But okay. What changed?
What do you mean?
I mean, they're asking you to come back, but obviously there was the reason why you quit. So they got to change some rules.
Oh yeah. So he called me and he was like, man, I heard you quit. I was like, yeah. And he was like, what can I do to get you back? I told him, give me my route the way that it was. To all this changing and all this stuff.
Oh shit.
Give me back. I don't want no extra money. I'm not a con man. I just give me my work the way that it was. He was like, deal. And he was
oh man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you came up and said this story because I want people to understand how it works when you're debt free. Oh my. Okay, go ahead. Finish that story. I'm excited for you. Go ahead. Wow.
But okay, so after we spoke, after all that, after he said that deal, he was like, well, this is the problem. We are short and, because of the, employees crisis or whatever. He was like, what we were trying to do is we were trying to blah, which I already knew the gray matter. Like I already know
Yeah, they
we're
were all
short.
trying to
Yeah,
stretch you with the
we're
same
trying to
money.
stretch.
Yes, trying to stretch you. Okay, yeah.
And it's like, man, you know, it that would be okay, LJ, if the money that they like, we know, like they do us so well. I won't say they do us, but they do slaves bad, right? For the companies, right? They send us, man. Look, check this out. We have email the emails. I'm all over the place. We have company email addresses, whatever, and they send us the quarterly, like the CEO, he'll say, well, we did this quarter and this, and you know what I'm saying? So we know that the money is there. Like we know that
Gotcha.
the profit, we know that the job is making the profit to afford all this stuff. And it's an insult that they would still stretch the resources that they have. And it's like, it's not like we're machines. Like this job.
No, it's business. It's business.
Yeah.
It really is. You, that's your debt free. You're like, oh yeah, I know it's business, but you guys ain't doing that to me.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't want extra money? Oh man, that blew his mind. Oh yeah, that must have just blew his mind.
Yeah.
So, okay, so tell me what happened. So did you accept it or what you doing?
So he was like, come in tomorrow. He said, just come back Monday and we'll sit down and talk about it. I don't know if they're going to try and fire me. I don't know if they're, you know,
because I just fire you. You already quit. They can't fire you. What you talking about?
I don't know. I guess that's just I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's that fault. That's that fear. now, Zeke, I want you to recognize something. Listen. I want you to see how powerful that is. You ain't got nothing to fear, and you're still adding the fake fear coming in. Listen what you just said. I hope they don't fire me. What you talking about, Zeke? You quit. They can't fire you. You don't work for them.
I mean, okay. So all right. So I'm thinking about it from this standpoint, right? They get me in the building and say, "Oh, we got you now. You can't quit. You're fired."
Well, that can't happen because you don't work for them. Trust me. See how you're going so deep. This is business. It's not even personal. First of all, they're shocked that you did something like that because you got to remember the majority of people are in debt, so they're not going to complain. They're just happy to have a job. So when they start getting stretched, they're going to accept it.
That's what I was thinking about.
It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
I was thinking about you, man. Like I said, and that's kind of like my frustrations. Like while I was driving, I was like, man, these people, man, they took my time, and I'm listening to LJ. He say time is precious, and it is. But it's like, man, it just added in my frustrations, man. I got to
understand this, Zeke. You got to understand this. Remember, if they're showing you the financials and they're making millions of dollars, okay. Mm-hmm. When a person does what you did, they know you're not like everybody else. That's why. Let me explain this to you because I'm glad you brought that up real quick. I remember when I first started working for Alaska Airlines. Okay, I was a contractor. Okay, and I wanted to get hired or something, and they didn't. For some reason, around that time, they wasn't hiring or whatever, and so I quit and went to another job that was going to give me the benefits, whatever I was looking for at that time, right? Do you know they called me back and said, hey, you want to come back? We'll give you everything you want. And then I came back.
Really?
Yeah. You better believe $1 million companies, $1 million, $1 billion companies, they have people like us working for them. They know. Now your company knows you are not there because you need a paycheck. You are there because you're choosing to be there.
Yeah, because I love the job. Man, I love it, man. I work out, man. I've you know what I'm saying? Like I use it for all its amenities. You know what I'm saying? Like
so when you walk in there, whatever day you're going, you're walking in there knowing this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm accepting. I don't care if they're coming. I mean, if you can deal with whatever they're going to try to add, that's totally up to you. But you just walk in with the attitude. I'm going to come back only if I get my same route. Shit, fuck that. Ask for some more money too. I'm dead serious, man. You said, hey, by the way, I've been working here for this long. Hey, you guys, I see the quarterly reports. You guys can afford to pay me this. I'm dead serious. So how much you think you deserve there, Zeke? How much you think you deserve?
Well, they give me 24 an hour now.
How much do you think you work? How much do you think they need to pay you for the stuff you got to deal with at your job? How much you think? 40 an hour?
40. Oh God, that is a definite dream.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
don't think you're worth $40 an hour?
I am.
Okay, then what's the problem?
Fear.
False evidence appearing real psychologically. Fears. SMD is fears, plural. False evidence appearing real psychologically. But I want you to embrace what you're feeling right now, because it don't even exist. Oh man, they might fire me. You're talking crazy. What are you talking about?
But you know what, man? I cooked. I was cooking, right? And I was like, it bothered me until I started cooking, man. And then when I was cooking, I was like, you know what? I'm free. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I've already been on Indeed.com and looking at. I'm already looking at trying to find brokers and stuff, because that's how it works in the trucking, where you get, that's how you get your loads. Mm-hmm. But man, already seeing this company's paying this company's paying that. I'm like, man, the sky's the limit for me. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, so it's like, I was doing all that, and then my boss's boss called, and now I'm like, they buttered me up, and now I'm back again. So it's like, it's
What do you mean you back again? Have you went into the back end of the office yet?
Well, no, I'm just I mean, as far as just
you don't even know if you're back yet. It counts on what they tell you at the table
tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow, right?
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And I want you to understand something. What you're feeling right now, don't worry about it. It's just the natural. You haven't been broken out of the 5-day work week, Monday through Friday bullcrap. You haven't. That's why you're talking the way you're talking. But you don't. I want you to realize the step that you just did. What you just experienced, millions of people are never going to experience. Quitting the job and their job calling them back and say, "Hey, man, come back. We'll give you what you want." That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, you walk in knowing this. Don't walk in nervous, because you want them to feel the energy. When you walk into the office, you want them to feel the energy and like, "Hey, what are you guys going to tell me that's going to make me stay? Do you guys?" What you gonna tell me? More money? Same route? What? I already told you why I quit. So unless it's that or better, I'm not coming back.
Man,
that's the attitude.
It is fear, LJ, because I've never gone against the. I mean, I told him on the phone, right, that I didn't want any money, but I guess I've never gone against the grain on that within that magnitude.
Correct.
And it's kind of like
it's kind of like it is.
It's kind of like just jumping off the cliff. You think that you can fly. You know that if you just jump, you will be saved.
Hey, listen, you did fly. They called you back. We'll give you what you want. That sounds like you flying to me. Because I know that your boss's boss. So what that means is this is if your boss's boss called you, this is how it sounds like the conversation went. Your media boss said, "Hey, Zeke just quit. What we gonna do? He's good at what he does. What's his number? I'll call him. What's his number?" Then he calls you. That's how it works.
That's what he told me too. He said that.
Yes. You think they're gonna do that for an employee that doesn't produce? If you was always late, you never did your routes right, you think they would call you back? No. Why would they? Thank God he quit. Now we can put somebody in that will do a better job. But no, Zeke does a good job. So you produce. It's about business. We're making millions. Give Zeke what he wants. We got other employees that we're stretching to the limit, paying them nothing. But we now know Zeke ain't gonna tolerate that.
So you want me to ask for $40 an hour?
No, I'll put it this way, Zeke. You ask for what you think you're worth. So if you still think you're worth $20 to $25 an hour, I guess you just go and do that, I guess. I'm worth no limit. There is no limit on my income. And I'm not saying stop your dream. Your job is going to finance your what you really going to do.
Yeah, because I'm
business.
Yeah, I'm right there at the man, dude. There's like, man, I think a lot in my own time about what the government has did, but kind of government has put me up, man. Like there's a driver shortage here in Texas. It's like, man, companies are like, especially for Class A license, man. Like, man, you could come here, man, and like make some bank. You know what I'm saying? And it's and they're the backlog, like the testing process, LJ. They're backlogged until 2023. So it's like, man, like there's going to be a shortage for a while, and it's
okay. See what you're saying? See what you're saying?
That's my value.
That's why you're worth $40 an hour. You think if I had a company, okay, say like that was you. I own the company. You came in, and I knew you showed up on time. You did what you're supposed to do. I don't have to micromanage you and say, "Hey, Zeke, where you at? How come the delivery ain't up?" I don't care. Did Zeke do his job? Yeah, he's worth it. I don't have to think about you. That's what I'm talking about. And plus, if I own the company and I was debt free and you did that, I would say, hey, especially if they had access to running your credit report, I say run Zeke's credit report. That's why he's doing that. Okay, give him what he wants. That's what I would say. Because I know for a fact, number one, I would know that you're there temporarily. I would immediately know he's obviously working on another business because he understands how it works. So he's not going to be here that long. So I'm going to give him what he wants so he can produce for me while he's still here. Because your job is your tool now to create your business. Your job is a hammer. It's a lawnmower.
Right.
So you got to walk in with that energy. And when you come to that meeting, hey, I'm here. What's up? What you guys got to tell me? I mean, don't say it like that. I want you to express that through your energy. When you walk in, yeah, what do you got to say? What do you want to say to me? You guys already know I don't need this job. So what are you guys going to say to me? You already expressed that by quitting. No 2 weeks or nothing. They're like, oh shit, he got money. He can't just, because people can't quit like that. So you ready?
Man, I've never gone against the grain like that, man. I got it in me, but it's just
Of course you do. You quit. Of course you do. I want you to recognize what you just did. You quit a perfectly working job. You need to feel that. Feel the power in that. So when you walk into the office, yeah, sir, what? I bet you both of them are going to be in that meeting. Your boss and your boss's boss. They're going to both be in that meeting. Yeah, sir. You called me? What you want? What do you want? Hey, you said you didn't want any money. Yeah, I thought about it. I changed my mind. Now, what do you want? You want to give it to me or not?
Okay, so if they don't give me the money, then just walk out, or
that's totally up to you. But if they're calling you and they showing you reports of they're making bread, they have the money to pay you.
It's all on me, man. You're right.
All on you.
You're right. I see it. Yeah, and I explained it, but you're right. Wow,
it's powerful, man. I want you to let it soak in, man. Let it soak in. This is step one outside of the 40-hour work week life. That's step one. You have already done something millions of people will never do. Quit a perfectly working job.
Yeah.
And go in there and ask for, I'm telling you, I agree with Sheridan. Walk in there and ask for a ridiculous hourly payment. Now, if you walk and say, I want $100 an hour, you're probably not going to get that. But you guys are negotiate, right? You guys will negotiate. Okay, this is what I'm worth, blah, blah, blah. And then you guys will get down, and then that's it. They already know. You got to remember this. They already know what kind of work they're going to get from Zeke. They already know that because they called you back.
Yeah, and I told him I appreciated it because he didn't even, because he's the new my boss's boss is new. So yeah, he didn't have to do any of that.
You never know. He might, your boss's boss might be like us. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't know if your job runs you guys credit reports or not.
They
I don't know that.
They do.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. What do you think the purpose of them running your credit report for? Nobody knows that. I bet you ask any of your coworkers, hey man, do you know why they run our credit reports? Everybody will say, I don't know. I do. We do.
Yeah.
To see how they're gonna abuse you.
Yeah.
And when they run yours, they see you have no debt. They're gonna be like, damn it. He don't have to be here. He's here by choice. Debt slaves don't know why they run people's credit reports. They don't know that.
Man, I appreciate the pick me up, man. This definitely, I knew, I was, like I said, I was waiting for you to come on, man, because I wanted to share.
Oh man,
I wanted to share that little gem, man. Because
thank you for sharing that.
Man, I'm telling you, LJ, I got to that first store and I just was fed up, and I never been fed up like that, man. It's just, man, I turned up in the store. I went up a curve. Hey
man, it's time to go. If you putting your life in danger and other people in danger with that big ass truck, it's time to quit. You're right.
It just had me frustrated, man. I was just,
That is, man, I'm so glad you shared that story, man, because I've been wanting people to hear the type of story. See, I've been wanting people to hear that type of story outside of myself, right? I want other people to hear that it's possible. When you do that, I knew you're gonna have enough, and then you're gonna like, I quit. Not many. I want you to understand what you've done, Zeke. It's gonna get worse. I mean, worse in a better way though, because you're not gonna be accepting any type of bullshit. You're just not. It's nothing personal. Them stretching other people to the max, that's business. Hey, if you accept it, hey, you just accept it. I'm not going to drive trucks to a place that I could get tickets on to deliver their product to the store and business, but I got to pay for the ticket? No, I'm not doing any of that. No. That's what I'm not doing. I mean, and you got to, when you walk in there, who knows how this conversation is going to go? You got to bring that up. Hey, man, when I go to so-and-so store, I have no place to park but in the fire lane. So if I get a ticket, you guys are paying for that ticket, right? Every time. Yeah. Okay. Put that in writing. I'm not paying for no tickets. And
you know what? I never made a deal about that until they made a change. I mean, it was always in the back of my mind, LJ, but it's when they changed my route up and changed just the overall comfortability of it, the consistency of it. That's when that's when my mind went into, okay, risk reward. I'm being screwed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, correct. I'm making a decent wage or whatever, but man,
because if you're paying for the ticket, it's taken away from your wage.
Right.
I'm not doing any in that, and you're paying that ticket from your net income, money that's already been taxed.
Yeah.
Facts. See what I'm saying? All that counts. You just write. This is what I suggest you do. Write down everything you didn't like in your route. Write it all down. I want you to write everything you need to talk about in this meeting, because I don't want you to get in there and forget. And you write in how much you want to get paid. That's what you do. You walk in and you say, I don't really care about your charts. I got to be here for 5 years and I get to move to H2. And hey, I know this is what I want.
Let me tell you this before I go. All right. Mm-hmm. So what if this job just gave us a raise, right? But we don't even get yearly raises or whatever. So how does that?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okay, so the company just gave us all the Class A drivers that work there. We all just got a big raise. So they don't give us like a yearly raise. I say that only because
I don't get when you say they gave us a big raise. What's that mean? That raise goes through the life of your employment there? What do you mean? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is this job that I work for isn't the type of job that you were saying that gives you a blah yearly raise. Like they don't give us a yearly raise or whatever.
What do they do?
Wow. They take advantage of the slaves.
No, I mean, what you get hired, you don't get no raises? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it just hit me. They take
that's what that
advantage of the
plays. You
slaves.
walk in there and say,
Oh,
"Hey, yeah,
wow.
you guys don't give raises. Yeah, that's not for me. This is what I want. I don't care. Oh, yeah, we don't do it that way. I don't care what you do, how you do it for other people. I'm talking about me. You guys already know, because do you do your job perfectly?
Perfectly.
That's what they're paying for. That's what, hey, you guys know I do my job perfectly, right? Yeah, you got paid for that. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to, you just don't know how much relief that gives a business. Because you don't know how much you're making them by doing your job perfectly. You don't know how much you're making. I mean, you don't know how much you're making them. You have to recognize when you walk into that office and say, hey, I want this, and this is what you guys already know what you're paying for, but I want this much per hour.
Man, $40 an hour. Wow.
No, make it 100. I want $100 an hour. Probably, like I said, you're not going to get it, but maybe you'll get 50. You still win. If they say, no, we'll give you 50, then you win.
And if they tell me to kiss their rumps by asking them $100, then I just walk out.
They won't, because they called you. See, that's what you keep forgetting that, Zeke. They called you. You quit. They called you back. Not your boss. Your boss's boss called you back. That seems pretty important to me. Now, maybe I'm going too far with 100, but I want you to have a confidence in yourself.
No, a concept. I get the concept.
Yeah. What do you think you're worth? Do you think you're worth $50 an hour? Hey, you see, they're sending you their reports. Do you think they can afford $50 an hour?
Or what if they like kind of make me sign a blood contract, but don't tell anybody?
I would agree. I would agree with that. Don't tell nobody. Okay. I wouldn't tell nobody. Listen, that's why they always, have you noticed where every time you go to a job, they say, hey man, don't be discussing your
pay. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
that's why they do that.
Wow.
Because there are some people that work for your company that own the time in their lives. They walk into the job and say, hey man, I'm gonna give you this supreme employee performance, but this is how much you're gonna pay me for it. Now, if you go and you come across somebody that's doing the exact same job as you and you find out they're making $60 an hour, you're gonna be pissed.
That's happened before.
I wouldn't tell anybody. I would go back to the job. They would give me $50 an hour and I'll just keep it to myself.
Wow, that's happened before. Wow. LJ, I gotta go before you get I tell you too much. But no, man, I had to share that with you, man, and the fam, man. But I'm back out in the studio and still listen to the lesson though.
Appreciate you, man. That's an awesome story, man. I need you to come back and tell me how this meeting goes. I need to know.
I will.
And write your stuff down. Practice in the mirror, because I don't want you to get there and just be too nervous. I get it. You're stepping out, so it's kind of nervous. But just remember, you quit. They called you. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Later.
Cool. Thanks, man. Wow, what an amazing story. That's what I'm talking about. I want you guys to get to that. And I want you to listen to see how you still see how Zeke is nervous and he did the quitting. What if they say this? What if they say that? Who cares what they say? You don't work for them. Who cares? They're thinking about what they're going to say to you when you come into that meeting. They're thinking about what can we do to keep him, to have him stay here. Because he already told us on the phone, I don't care about the money. They're like, wait a minute, people don't say that. You don't care about the money? Uh-oh. He knows he must be talking to somebody. Yes, that's likely why I got fired from my job when I was in CA. They saw how much money I was making, and it caused confusion to see, that's why they run. And I really truly believe, and this is just my opinion, I don't know for a fact, but I remember when they first started checking credit reports at your job. For me, I was thinking to myself, why would they do that? I'm not buying anything. And the second thing I thought, I was like, well, I have a good credit score, so I'm not worried about it. But then again, why would they be worried about my credit score? They're not. They're going to run your credit report to see how much debt you're in. It does a few things. And again, this is just my opinion, okay? It does a few things. So it counts on what type of job you're getting. If you're trying to get some kind of a job that's financial, that deals with money or something like that, they're going to run your credit report to see how much deep debt you're in. Because if you're in deep debt, you're a liability. Not saying that you're going to steal money, that you're guaranteed to do something financially wrong, but the ability, the chances are high that you could. They'll know why. Looking at your credit report tells you why you have this job, because you need it. Obviously, you need it. So they're going to know where to put you, how long you're probably going to be here, because if you're deep in debt, you're probably not going anywhere anytime soon. They're going to stretch you because you have to, because you need the money. You're not going to resist if they start adding work to your workload that stretches beyond the time and what you're supposed to do, the duties that you signed up for. Like, they always hire you for a particular type of position, and then they start stacking on stuff that was nowhere in your job description, but you're going to accept it because you need the job. They already ran your credit report. They know you're going to accept it. And again, it's business. When they give you an employee number, because they own you during that time. That's why they give you an employee number. It's nothing personal, But when you come on and you get a job and they run your credit report and clearly see you have no debt, they're going to know that you are there by choice, not by out of desperate, oh, I have to be here. No, you are there because you're choosing to be there. And if you're really good at whatever it is you do, you most likely you are going to be very good at what you do, because you're doing it because you're choosing to do it. And then if you're very good, you're going to walk in and say, hey, yeah, by the way, yeah, I don't really care about your payment structure. This is what I want, or else I'm not here. I'm not staying here. Oh, yeah, we got this. We got to go through this structure. We only give raises once a year. I don't care. Whatever. This is what I want. I don't care how your payment structure is. This is what I want. No, you can't do that. Okay, goodbye. Somebody will. You see companies like Apple and Amazon. Let me tell you something, okay? And again, this is my opinion, but it just makes sense. There's departments in there that people that choose to be there, they got what they want. They get the hours they want. They get the pay they want because they perform. They say like this, when they walk into a business, this is how much you're going to pay me, but this is what you're going to get for the money that you pay me. This is what you're going to get. You're not going to get I'm not going to be working after hours. You're not going to be able to, you're not paying for my cell phone so you can call me anytime you want. No. What's up, Andrew? What's going on, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Good. This is funny you should say that. You're talking about the guy with the job, because it's good to be able to have options, because I got this other job that's that I'm going to move to, I'm going to go to. I just got to get a DOT physical, but they offer me 40 cents less, but man, the workload is a whole lot less and stuff. And I didn't like the way Amazon was dealing with me, because, I went from stowing to going down on the work on the dock, which I like to do because I like moving around. I can't stand standing in one place. But then some people got jealous, and because it was funny, I went to work the other day and I saw the guy. He was the supervisor. The manager had been gone for a couple of days. Me and her was cool. I went straight to her when I found out who the manager or the doctor was, and told her I wanted to come down here. So she got me down here and said, "Don't worry about going back upstairs tomorrow." When she saw me work the first day, she said, "Don't worry about going down back upstairs tomorrow. Let's come down here and come straight down here." She was gone a couple of days. The supervisor, he didn't like me because he had his friends. They didn't like what I was doing. I'm working good, but they didn't like. I was the type of person that was like, "Hey, we should do it like this. Don't do it like that. Let's do this." And I just left them alone and started working, but they didn't like me. To make a long story short, so the day she came back, I saw, and because we have these morning what they call stand-ups, where we got to get there and we do stretches and stuff, and they give us a little instructions, prior to what we got to do for that day. So I see the supervisor run straight to her. He looking at me as he talking to her and saying some stuff to her. And so when she looked at me and just turned away and said, "Okay," I saw her say, "Okay." He came straight at me and said, "Hey, we're not gonna need you no more down here. We're gonna send you back upstairs." Which my manager, she told me that you're no longer going to be upstairs in store. You're going to stay down here with us. But I was like, oh, okay. So, and then when I kept getting this call back from the guy that was about to, hire me, he said, we just need you to do your DOT physical and you will stay. And I was like, I was thinking about staying at Amazon because it was more money and stuff. And I got 3 straight days off, but I'm like, no, let me get up out of here, man. And it feels good to have options because I see what they're doing. And now I see the way they work people because they work you like a slave. Like now, when they called, I first got the offer, I got offered $1,000 bonus, working Wednesday. What is it? Wednesday through Saturday.
Is this the
Now
work?
they are,
Is this the work inside the Amazon warehouse or something?
yeah.
Okay.
And now they offering people now after because I did this like a month ago. Now they offering people to do their own schedule. They got what they call the donut schedule. You work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, work Thursday and Friday, then off the weekends, and they're giving them $3,000. I said, oh, it's time to go, especially what that guy did. I said, "What else?" Because I'm like, should I go to this? Should I go to this job? Because when I first started working there, it was $16.50 an hour. Then the week later, they said, "Well, we're gonna pay you $18 an hour." I think they did that because a lot of people was quitting, man. Like the first couple of days, people were like, "I ain't doing this. I'm gone," because it's a lot of manual labor. So, and I see what was going on, and I had made my man. Well, I'm gonna stay here. It's cool. I'm work like I told you before. I'm work because I need to lose the weight, and it's helping me lose weight because it's a lot of walking. I mean, it takes me about 10 minutes to walk from my car to my workstation. Honestly, I
It
mean,
takes
and they
what? It
don't
takes how long?
about take about 10 minutes actually for walk to my car to my workstation.
You got really loud for some reason. I'm not sure what
Oh,
you
I'm
said.
sorry. Oh, because I put it up to my I put
Okay.
it up to my
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
yeah. It takes me about 10 minutes to walk to my car. Then they don't allow you to use the elevators. You have to walk up the stairs. Now I'm already
What do you
walking
mean
up.
they don't allow you to use? What are you talking about?
At Amazon, you gotta use the elevators, man. You got to walk
Why
up the
not?
stairs.
Why not?
But it's something. That's what they do.
What are the elevators for then?
I guess if you got to have a doctor statement, or you have to have like if it's stuff you can't, they can't expect you to carry crates and stuff up the stairs. So if you got to take some upstairs on crates or something, or carry some upstairs, then you can use the elevator. But other than that, you got to have a doctor statement.
Hmm.
And now they talking about they only because we're brand new. We only using the second floor, but now they saying next week they're gonna start opening up the third floor. And I'm saying, okay, you expect me with my bad needs to walk up the third floor? And they say they have 5 floors.
Are you
So
carrying when you go upstairs? Are you carrying stuff?
I'm carrying my bag with my, I'm carrying my jacket and my bag.
No, I mean, are
But
you constantly going up and down the stairs for any reason? You there?
I mean, the average is like 10 minutes from my car
No, I'm
to
asking. I'm asking. What is the purpose of the stairs? Are you when you
because they
work? Are
don't
you
let you use
using the
the
stairs?
to get to my just I use the stairs probably once a day because I don't go anywhere. Once I get up to the second floor, I stay up there all day. But
Oh,
you have to get to
okay.
your department. You have to use the stair. People that work on the second floor and
Okay, you're
above.
not using them constantly.
No. That's
Okay,
what I'm
all
saying.
right, all right.
But I mean, it's rough on my kind of rough on my knees. That's what I'm saying. But they
Well,
expect it now. They got third floor, and they have people my age working there to do that. And it's
oh
kind
yeah,
of
age.
bad.
You
They can't
clearly
use
know
the
age don't
elevator.
matter. Wow.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like some hard. You breaking up, but it sounds like some hard work, man. That I couldn't. And you got to remember those jobs right there are going. There's going to be more like them because businesses now have to do what Amazon's doing to survive. So now they have to have their
Yes.
own.
Yes.
They have to have their own. What do they call them? What are those big buildings called now? Placement facilities. What do they call those things?
They call them fulfillment centers,
Fulfillment
if
centers.
that's what you
Fulfillment
mean.
centers. Right. Fulfillment centers. I like that name. It does because it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a slave workhouse or something like that, right?
But that's what it is. I mean, even the younger people are complaining. I mean, they tripping. So you imagine people because they trying to start like a 50 plus club, but I don't know why. But man, it's because people my age want their knees and stuff in their back. Because if I'm moving around, It's just my feet are okay, but my legs are bothering me. They kind of tired. But then if I'm standing in one place, doing stove, my back's bothering me. So it's like a no-win situation almost.
Yeah, that's those type of jobs. I think that's for the young people. First starting out. You're good. But those jobs are going to be the majority because since everything is delivery now.
Mm-hmm.
That it has to be that way, right?
Yeah.
And for other companies have to create fulfillment centers. They have to.
Yeah, and these people looking at they starting out $18 an hour. Oh man, what do I sign up? Even after I told them what they got to deal with, they still saying, man, but $18 an hour. I might have to look into that.
And that's not even a lot of money. That's
No,
minus
it's not.
taxes. That's
I mean,
minus taxes.
it's compared to what $15 an hour. Like I'm in Illinois, so Chicago, so I think minimum wage is $15. So you say you finna go starting 18, that's $3 more. Some people gonna look at that and at least give it
Are
a
you
try.
debt free yet? Are you debt free yet? Personally,
No.
I think you should strongly. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go hard on paying off your debt.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I was 12,000 when I first started talking to you 2 months ago.
Okay. How much you got left?
I got $7,000 left to go
okay.
to be debt free.
All right, you're close. You're close because once you get debt free, you're gonna stop talking like $18 an hour, $20 an hour. You could realize that ain't nothing.
Oh, I know. I know that ain't nothing now. I'm just saying, I'm just saying about how people are looking at it. They looking at, man, I can go make $3 or more an hour on Amazon. I can walk in the door 18. They walk in the door. You don't have no 30-day what is it? You don't have no 90-day no 90-day
probationary period.
You walk in the door, right? You walk in the door with full benefits. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon doing it up.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that people that work at Amazon is slave labor. No, it's a choice. You choose to work there in that environment. I don't look at Amazon saying, "Oh, they're treating their people so bad, they're working them so hard." No, you choose to do. Like if I went and say like I was looking for a job and I came across, Amazon's paying $18 an hour. Cool. I go there and I get in the building and I look to see this is what you're going to be doing right here. I say, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm leaving.
Right. Because I would have waited on my I would have waited for this other job just to call me, but I said, no, let me make this little money right now until they call me and see, how it's going to work. Now I see how this is, and I see, no, I'm not going to be doing, because I expect on between May and June, I want to not have to punch a clock anymore. That won't be full time in the real estate. That's my thing. So I'm working on that now, and I'm like, well, I don't even want to do this now. I'm going to go to this easier job. I'll be making a little bit less, but still my comfort and stuff will be a whole lot better.
Save your body.
Exactly. Because I was looking, I'm going to be this hard work. I'm going to gain 25 pounds since I was laid off, since December. So now I need to lose that back, but man, I can't. With Amazon, I said it's too strict, and I'm like, I don't want to come nowhere where I hate. I just can't do that.
Right. And I get it. Amazon's amazing to me. It's the whole. It's amazing.
yes, it is. The more I find out, the more, because they keep switching up. I mean, first when I got they offered me. They said Monday through Friday, Wednesday through Saturday, then 3 days off. Like they give me $1,000. Wow! Now they got people coming to the door you can make your own shift, and whatever you want to do, and they getting them added $2,000 to the bonus. I'm like, wow! I said, and then because I said after a week they decided to go up from $16.50 to $18. I said they didn't just decide this. This was already planned.
Correct. And again, it's just business. I mean, Amazon's a marvel, a business marvel, right?
Yep.
You to be able to log in, click, buy a couple things. Next thing you know, it's at your door in 2 or 3 days.
That's what I liked about them.
Hands down, amazing, right? But if the people on the floor are getting work like that, the majority of those people are doing that because they're in debt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's business. It's just business, right?
And Amazon is real smart.
That's part of my body like that. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and like I said, these are for young people. They can deal with it but man, especially something like that. No, because I can do it and get it. But why do I go through all that? Now, if Amazon said, well, after, you work here 10 years and you guaranteed to retire and have all these medical benefits and all that stuff, I can see that,
That's
but
all
no.
the trick. That's just all. That's all the bait on the hook. That's all that is. Nothing.
Right.
I get why they do that. I get why they say, hey, man, you stay here this long, man, you get all these benefits. That's just bait just to keep you there. I guarantee the majority of those people that work on the Amazon floor, they all probably got the latest iPhones in their pockets.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't saying they did that. I was saying that even if they did do that,
Right.
I wouldn't do it because it's not worth it. But yeah,
Are you
you're
allowed
right.
to bring your phone with you, or you got to lock it
Now
up?
we got it now because, like I said, we're brand new. It's on the place is able to hold. They said 3,200. It's only like 500 of us there now. So they said pretty soon, because guess they letting us keep our phones on us now because of COVID, and so we can't use the lockers yet. But next week we supposed to be able to. Our governor is supposed to be taking away the mask. So they saying pretty soon, about 2-3 weeks, we'll be able to use our lockers, and they expect us to keep our phones in our lockers.
So you can't have your phones on you while you're working.
Right.
Which
but
is
these
very
kids,
smart.
they
It's very smart.
yeah, but because these kids, these young ones, they constantly tell them to stop being on their phone, and like we're a brand new facility, so it's a lot of stuff coming in there. It's slow, and so when they're not working, they sitting there on their phones, and the supervisor, and a lot of supervisors are young though. These supervisors, a lot of our supervisors now, because it's a new facility, some of them have only been there like 6 months. Within 6 months, and they became supervisors and managers, so they be able to get away with a lot.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah, man, just worry about you.
Oh yeah, man. I like I said, I try to talk to these young people, but now I don't. It's like what happened to me and stuff like that. I don't even want to be there no more. So I'm like, and I'm gonna take this other job. I thought it was gonna work out, but then I see the little foolishness in the games they playing. Like, I'm not gonna let this young dude do. I got promised by the manager to stay downstairs, and all they was able to tell, which I know that happens a lot, but they was able to tell you something because they didn't like something I did or said, and now you got me back upstairs. I said, nope. Let me.
Yeah, it's just, and it's just business. You gotta remember, the people that are above you, they're probably in debt too. They're just doing.
I know they are.
Yeah. So I mean, that's it. You got a debt slave who's the boss. That's it. I mean, it don't matter.
Yeah, I'm just still waiting on the shirt I ordered to come in.
The what?
The shirt I ordered from you to come in. I see dead people.
Thank you for,
because I want to wear it. I want to definitely wear it before I leave there, because they promote, what we don't care, wear what you want to wear. I'm like, oh, when they told me that, I said, oh, okay.
I saw that they sent it out, so I don't know why it's taking so long.
I don't know. I get it. I mean, but I hope to win, because next week it'll be 30 days, and I at least get my bonus after that. So I'm gonna work one more week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna leave it. I can do another week and get that. I ain't gonna leave that money on the table.
Nah, man, do that. Get that bread.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna just keep listening and keep learning from you, man, and stay blessed, man. And keep the knowledge going, man. And I can't wait for you to blow up now, because I'm telling people all about you. Yep, and whoever listen. Whoever don't, they won't.
You're not taking your mask off in public, are you?
Who, me? No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
No, only time I take my mask off when I'm eating at the desk, but no.
No, I'm talking about your alien mask.
Oh, I was. Man,
you ain't showing that you're an alien in public.
So it depends who I talk to.
Oh, okay, all right.
It depends who I talk to. If they look like they're really interested, yeah. But if they don't, I don't, because I had to learn that. Excuse me, I had to learn a long time ago not to waste my time with people that's not interested in what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate you jumping on, man.
Yep.
All right, have a good one. See how this changes people's lives? Once you have the ability to see negative numbers, and when I want you guys to understand this, okay? Because people always say this, all right? They'll look at Amazon and they'll look at the fulfillment centers and see how people are working in there and how hard they're getting worked. That is by choice. You don't have to work for Amazon. If you walk in and you get hired at a fulfillment center, they're going to say, hey, we're going to hire you, and this is what you're going to be doing for the company. You look at and see what they're saying you're going to do. And if you don't like it, you say, no, thank you, Amazon. And then you leave. Well, like for me, I mean, if Amazon reached out to me and they wanted to hire me to do something, because they know if I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, there's a place inside of Amazon for me. I promise you that. So they will know that I'm not going to be working in a fulfillment center. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be working in some office somewhere that many people don't see. There's a handful of people that pull up and work there. That's where I would be. Making way more money than I made at Alaska. Because I'd walk in and say, this is how much you guys are paying me. What you paying? You're paying for the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. So tell me what you need me to do. Train some employee, hire some. Maybe they would want me to hire. They hired me to get people that work for them to become personally debt free. And if they love working at Amazon, do you know what kind of quality work they're going to get out of employees that are choosing to work at Amazon? Choosing to work there. Companies are always hiring people for being supervisors instead of promoting slaves that been there. You're right. What's up, Mingoism? Hi, LJ and Chad. I would need a 5X shirt. Do they go up to? I got to check and see if they go up to 5X. I'm not sure. I got to check to see if they go that high. That I'm not sure of. But I'll check though. Mingoism. Exactly, LJ. You would be working somewhere most people don't. Exactly. They don't like the positions I'm thinking of, like Amazon and Apple and all the big companies. These positions are not advertised because millions of people don't know what I know. Now, could I use this ability to sell? Yes, and it's legal. It's not anything. Now, when I say legal, I'm saying it's not immoral to sell people a fantasy or whatever. It's not, hey man, you choose to trust math or not. That's totally up to you. Because that's how it works. No company, you think Apple could not survive if debt slaves wasn't financing Apple phones? Why do you think like Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile, why do you think they're pushing the iPhone 13 so hard? Because you guys are going to finance the phones. Apple sells them phones at I'm sure some ridiculous price. And then you guys finance them. Then they start coming up with these forever plans and stuff like that. Apple could not exist if you guys didn't finance Apple phones. That could not exist. Nor could AT&T, nor could Verizon, nor could T-Mobile. They couldn't survive if you guys wasn't financing phones. And once you guys finance the phones, guess what else you're tied to? You're tied to their rates, their monthly rates. Whatever they charge you monthly fee for to have that service with a finance phone, you guys have no choice but to pay it because you finance the phone. Monthly, like would you guys pay monthly for cell phone service? Those days been over for years. There are people like me, S&B family members. We get the exact same service as you guys do before a quarter of the price. Taxes be built into the price. But step one, you have to buy your phone in cash. You have to buy your phone in order to get these prices. If you don't, guess what? You're stuck with the company. First, you're locked with. So say like you finance a phone through T-Mobile or AT&T. Guess what? Now you are married to that company for the next 2 years. Unless you decide to get on one of their forever plans, I guess you're going to be married to them forever. It's just business. It's nothing personal. You want to be married to a cell phone company? That's totally up to you. That's totally. You want to be married to Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile? That's totally up to you. Some of you guys even say stuff like this. Oh man, I've been with this cell phone company for 20, 30 years. Why are you telling us that? Who cares how long you've been with a cell phone company? You think they're going to give you some sort of special benefit because you've been with the same company for 20 years? Who cares? That's your problem. Whoever comes out with the better service, that's who I'm going with. I don't care. They come out better coverage, better plan. I'm going with that company. I don't care how long I've been with AT&T. And if you're listening to this on your brand new financed iPhone 13, I'm talking to you. You hear my voice coming out of this device that you finance? You're locked to them. They own you. That iPhone 13, it owns you. You don't own it. You can't own something that you didn't have the money to pay for. So now the iPhone 13 owns you. You got that new flip phone, that folder phone, that Android or Galaxy, whatever, right? It owns you. You probably think you're cool because you're going somewhere and you're unfolding a phone and it looks like a tablet. But if you finance it, who cares? It owns you. You're not cool. Same thing goes with electric cars, Teslas. You see all those Teslas driving around California. You would swear everybody got money. But if they're financing the Teslas, they're not saving money on gas. Who cares if they're driving the bank-owned cars? Who cares? You pull up to your job in your brand new finance Tesla, and it's parked there all day. People pull up, it don't even matter if it's gas or electric. You're not using gas or electric because the car is parked at your job all day. You're not using anything. You're helping the environment, all right, because you guys are not burning no gas or electricity. It's parked. So when you drive by a big office building, you see all those cars that are parked in the parking lot for 8 to 10 hours. They're all helping the environment because they're parked. You know who's making the bread, regardless if they're parked or not? The bank. Mm, 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 mm. You guys want to live this life? You guys want to have a seat in the stadium instead of being on the field, being used and abused? Of course you're going to be at the 300 level at first. Of course you are. You can't come into this game and have floor seats. You can't do that. You got to earn floor seats. Hell, I don't even have floor seats yet. But at least you're in the stadium and it's sitting down in a seat watching. My man Nick, he sells solar panels, that helps people save on electric costs. I guarantee the majority of those people are financing solar panels. They think they're saving money on electricity. No, they're not. But that's business, baby. That's business. I wouldn't come up and say, "Hey, man, don't buy no solar panels from Nick because especially if you finance." I wouldn't do that. That's business. You're not saving on electricity until you pay back the cost of the solar panels. That goes for everything. You can't invest while you're having a mortgage. You can't do that. You have a mortgage, you cannot invest in anything because you have no money. Retirement, cryptocurrency, getting cash, getting a match. You think you're getting a match at work? No, you're not. I knew that for a fact, Nick. Every time I see Nick on Instagram, he's doing this thing, big ass smiles. Hey, welcome to the family. Whatever. Hey, man, I'll be clapping my hands. Congratulations, Nick. Keep that smile keeps getting bigger, and pretty soon it's gonna take up the whole picture. The whole picture. Congratulations. Hey, man, you think you're saving money on electricity? You go right ahead. And while the bank's saying, thank you. listen, Nick. Hey, Nick, the bank is saying, thank you for installing solar panels on our house. It just increased the property. Sure did. Thank you. Appreciate you. So why these people are going around saying they're homeowners and they think they're saving money on electricity because they put solar panels on their house that they finance, the bank is saying, thank you. We don't have to do nothing. The bank don't have to do nothing. Listen, the bank don't have to maintain the house. They don't have to install solar panels. They don't have to cut the yard. They don't have to fix the driveway. They don't have to fix leaky sinks. They don't have to fix nothing. All they do is collect a check, a monthly payment. You think I don't respect the banks? I have full respect for the banks. Congratulations. To own something, can you imagine being a property owner? Like rent, like you finance a house, right? And to rent it out, you buy it, whatever, even if you bought it in cash, right? You have to fix whatever breaks in there if you have a renter in there. The bank don't have to do none of that shit. None of it. Can you imagine getting in that position? You can own a property and you don't have to maintain nothing, but you still collect money. Amazing. Hands down, amazing. Keep doing your thing, Nick. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Pretty soon, Nick will probably own the solar company. Can you imagine once he get to that level? Own the solar company and you're selling, hey, man, do whatever you need to do. The cash deal yields the highest savings every day. It sure does. All the time. All the time. You pay cash for solar panels, you immediately get savings. Immediately. Yep. Thank you for adding solar panels to our house. Thank you, debt slaves. Thank you. Why the person? Because if you see in these new housing complexes, every third house, or maybe you'll see the solar panels on the roof, right? And then the person that's in there that financed the solar panels, they think they're different than everybody. Ooh, look at everybody and it's true. Everybody in the neighborhood is going to be staring at them like, ooh, so-and-so got solar panels. We should look into it. And then they'll start financing solar panels because they think they're special compared to everybody else in the neighborhood. No, you're not. If I was in one of those neighborhoods, which I'll never be, well, I'm not buying a place and paying HOA fees. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. None. Right. Anyway, if I was in there, first I saw a neighbor get solar panels. I said, hey, man, how'd you pay for those? Oh, man, there's an awesome deal, man. If you finance right now and you do it within, they always have some kind of special bullshit deal, right? You finance this now, you'll save 50. Hey, that's all I need to know. You finance them? Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't need to know anything else. Nick says, shout out to Nick for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Closed 9 deals this month, making the company, oh, man. And I want you to understand, Nick, just like what's the name was saying earlier, right? You keep doing the work you're doing, Nick, and then you're gonna walk in and say, hey, you know what? I've been making this type of bread. This is how much I want now to continue to work for you. Yeah, you want me to continue to work for you? Yeah, I want this much. I want this percent. I don't know how they pay you, Nick. I don't know if they pay you per deal or whatever. Whatever the percentage is, you want a bigger percentage now because you're making them bread. Most of these houses. You know what's so funny, E-Man? And I don't know anything about construction, but I swear, especially where I live, it seems like I'll drive down the street one day, they'll clear a whole lot out, right? All the trees are gone. Next thing you know, there's grass, and then there's broken up, and then the houses are up by 2 weeks, a month later, the houses are up. I'm like, what could the quality of those houses be if you can get them up that fast? And they all look the same. They all look the same. They might have 3 different floor plans, but they're all the same. Half the houses near Amazon I work are new construction with solar panels. Yep. 3D printing. That's it, and anybody that gets especially a construction company that gets a contract to build houses next to an Amazon, oh man, they're winning. They are winning. They're winning. They are winning. Because I remember when I was living in Kent, Washington, right? And there was this particular way I used to drive to work, okay? And it was mostly just big farmland area. This particular area had a lot of empty farmland, right? So I remember driving to work one day, and all of a sudden this big hotel built a hotel in the middle of this of this area. Nothing's around it. Maybe a gas station or two, a small little strip area where they sell some food, some restaurant. But other than that, nothing. And I said to myself, and I swear to God, I was like, why would they put a hotel here? Especially a reputable, nice hotel there. Okay, it was nice. It wasn't no cheap hotel. It was a nice. And I was like, why would you put that here? That makes no sense. And then guess what? Sooner or later, they also opened up a strip mall, a little strip, not a strip mall, strip shopping center, you know, where they Starbucks, Subway, those kind of places, right? Also in an area that's empty. I was like, why would they put that here? 5 years later, 5 or 10 years later, guess what popped up? An Amazon fulfillment center. An Amazon fulfillment center popped up. Sure did. Magic. What's up, Andre?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, it's a woman that works with me. You can see her house from Amazon. She said that Amazon was put up in 3 months.
Wow.
She said 3 months. I said, what? She said, this place was built 3 months ago. She said 3 months ago, this place wasn't here. I said, you lying. She said, nope.
I bet you the value of her house shot up.
Mm-hmm. And the gas station, man, you should see. She said the people at the gas station, they look kind of down and out now, man. That gas station that's over there near that, man, they smiling ear to ear because they know they making money now.
Oh,
and it's not even a quarter of us working there yet. So imagine when that place comes to full capacity.
Right. They're in the perfect place. You're right.
All right, that's all I wanted to say since you on the subject.
Okay, sir. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Later. Shout out to Nick for another $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. I make a profit depending on how I price the deal. I usually price around 1,000 per kilowatt, which turns out to save them about 50%. Most deals are between 5 to 10 kilowatt. You know what? I put it like this, Nick. I want you to sit back and really, because it's different when you're debt free. You do jobs differently. You take pride in your work, man. And I really want you to sit back and evaluate yourself, how much bread you're bringing in for this company. And then you start walking out, hey, man, I need to make some more money for these deals. Straight up, man. Start if you feel that you're shorting yourself. I mean, if you feel you're cool with the money you're making now, cool. But if you feel that you're worth more, you need to let them know that you're worth more. Because I swear to God, man, I see you on Instagram taking another picture with another family, and everybody smile. I'm like, damn, this kid, he's like, snap, 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 and of course your face is the biggest face in the picture because you're taking a shot. But I'm like, man, he's bringing in some bread for this company. You better make sure they're paying you accordingly. Better make that. And if you really like what this business is doing, maybe it's to get all the knowledge and time to open up your own solar panel business, because that's where it's going. Electric. That people are tired of being like remember back in the day. Well, you're too young for this, Nick. You probably don't know, but back in the day, when you moved into a house or a neighborhood, just a place. I'm just not gonna say how. And before cell phones, right? You had to go with the phone company that was in that neighborhood. You didn't have no choice. You didn't have an option to go with if they had different prices for the phone company. You didn't have a choice. You had to go with the phone company in that area, and whatever they charged, you had to do it. You had to pay it. Now those days are done. That's done. That's the same thing that's happening with the electric company. They're gonna get you. No, because if you have solar panels, you don't really need. Yeah, so now that is being broken up. They don't have it monopolized no more. Because think about it, When you move to an area, you don't have a, well, here, and I know most places where I live, you don't have a choice between different power companies. That's not an option. You don't have to say, hey, yeah, power company, I don't really like your prices. You don't have it. But now with solar panels, you do. I feel great with the money. No issues. LJ, they taking care. Okay, good. Keep it at that then, Nick. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it at that. But start thinking about, hey, maybe you want to open up Nick's solar power company one day. You never know. You're getting all the knowledge. They're paying you for the knowledge, and that's the future for sure. Solar panels is for surely the future for sure. Without a doubt, that's guaranteed bread. Elon Musk with electric cars. Can you imagine if you get a house? Imagine having a paid off house, solar panels to run your house, and you have not a finance, and you have a Tesla. Can you imagine that? Paid off house with solar panels, collecting the electricity, and you're charging your car from the solar panel. Man, you are saving so much bread. Oh man. You wouldn't care about gas prices anymore. Gas prices ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't none of my business. That's the only thing I'm picturing in my head. Getting my house, of course, it's going to be paid for. Have solar panels on it for sure, and I keep saying a finance Tesla, maybe because I be saying it so much, and a Tesla, cash. Can you imagine how much money that's? Oh man, yes, I would have a supercharger at home. Any more questions? Oh, I appreciate what you're doing, Nick, man. I really do, sir. I really do. Another 999 super chat from Nick Penn. I'm using the extra money for, Dominant Tech. Okay, LJ. I plan to provide premium software training for the masses. Right now, I'm training for my solar team. Congratulations, Nick. I love to hear the plan. I really do. See, I want people to listen and watch what Nick's doing. He already has his plan. It's already in place. He's using the tool of the solar panel where he works, the solar panel company he works for. It's a hammer. It's the money used to create his own self business. Congratulations. Congratulations, Nick. And one thing, let me tell you something, you guys. One thing about what I love about what I do, and this is not bragging. Okay. This is not bragging. This is why I love what I do. When you guys learn from SMD, you will never forget the SMD family. You won't forget me ever. You'll never say, hey man, somebody got me out of debt. I forgot who was that was used to talk to me. That will never happen. You will never forget who helped free you, free yourself, help you free yourself. Because you have to do the work. I'm just saying, go this way. Hey, just go this way. Yeah, take a right here. Right, yeah, take a right there, and just stay on that path, and you'll be free. When Nick becomes a multi-millionaire, I'm gonna say, we already knew that back in 2021, Nick. Remember we talked about that? Yeah. Oh yeah, we already knew that. That's not a surprise that you're a multi-millionaire. I'm not surprised at all. Just like you guys are not surprised that SMD is going to be worldwide. The world is going to know about SMD. The world. The world's going to know about LJ, but at the same time, I'm gonna be invisible. How can you do that? I don't know. It's psychological. I can't explain it to you. I'll still be able to walk around alone, enjoy the parks, enjoy the trees without being bothered. Somebody want to take pictures with me and all this other stuff. Enjoy a night out with my family, eating dinner. Nobody's going to bother me because the majority are not going to know who I am. I like it like that. See, like I was just watching a video the other day of Jeff Bezos on the street walking somewhere getting a coffee. Jeff Bezos can't walk anywhere by himself. He can't do that. Can you imagine how much he misses that? He has to hire another human being to be with him all the time with a head on a swivel looking around. That's the only way he can have a inkling of peace to walk around the city with a coffee in his hand. He has to have a bodyguard with him. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. Andre says charging your car from the panels that you actually own. Exactly, Andre. See what I'm saying? Believe that. Yep. Congratulations. What's up, Cosmic? Off doing her thing. You're right, Nick. The world will know about SMD. And one thing I love about with you guys, man, you guys that have been rocking with me early in the day, early in the beginnings, and when you see SMD blow up, and check this out, of course, I'm going to be big, okay? All right, whatever big means. All right, I'm just trying to put a word to it, right? When you see me on TV or something, and say like you're with your friends, Nick, right? With your friends, and then I come up on TV, and then you say, "Hey, man, I know him. I know LJ." They're gonna look at you like, "Shut up, you don't know him." Yeah, I got his number. I could call him right now. I could talk to him right now. Yeah, I can't. Oh man, shut up. They're not gonna believe you. I'm gonna say, I told you, Nick, I'm invisible. Facts, LJ, this type of millionaire I want to be, a millionaire underneath the exactly. And man, and you'll be a true millionaire. A millionaire with no debt. Can you put it this way? Imagine having $1 million in the bank, not invested in anything, just sitting in savings, and you don't have your house is paid for, and you have no debt, and you have $1 million cash in the bank, not investing in anything. I could live the rest of my life with that sitting in the bank right there. Not saying that I would do that. I would invest in it. I'm just saying in general, no mortgage, a beautiful home, no mortgage, no debt, and $1 million cash in the bank. You would never have to do anything again for the rest of your life. You could sit around and do nothing. Now, I would be bored out of my mind to sit around and do nothing. I'm just saying in general, but you could. But if you ask a debt slave, hey, do you think $1 million is enough to live the rest of your life? They would tell you no immediately. No, man, $1 million is not enough. What? They would tell you right away that $1 million is not enough to retire on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's more than enough to retire on. More than enough. Yeah, Zuck is super rich and young. He has to hire security. He has to hire security. He sure does. Can you imagine, Mark? You know, there's not enough money. If you were ever able to talk to Mark Zuckerberg and say, "Hey, man, how much would you pay to be able to go, just you and your wife and your children, just go to a park and sit down and have a picnic? How much would you pay for that kind of peace?" He'd probably tell you there's no amount of money that I would pay you to do that. Can you imagine? Hey, Mark, wouldn't you love to take you and your family to the Family Fun Center park and just enjoy a day for you guys? Wouldn't you just love that? Yes. He can't do that. That would be horrible to me. I'm honestly, I ain't gonna lie. That would be horrible. I'm just enjoying the day. Finally able to catch a live. Hope everyone is good. Thank you for joining, Cosmic. I appreciate it. Exactly, Nick. $1 million cash in the bank and no debt. You could just chill. You could just chill. They might believe we know you because we all. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying personally. Who knows what they, At what age, though? What do you mean at what age, brother? Truth be told, what age? What do you mean, what age? Well, first off, I don't even think you keep 1 million in the bank. You have to have multiple. Yeah, well, you know what I mean, Nick. You know what I mean. I would keep up to the guaranteed. What is it? 250,000 they guaranteed to. So I would just break it up in 4 banks. But you know what I'm saying, right? And I'm not saying necessarily that I would do that. It would definitely be invest, because you got to remember too, at this same time, you got to know when you're debt free, you know how to invest. So say like this. I always talk about that company, Affirm. Debt slaves don't know how the company Affirm, AFFIRM, how they're about to blow up. If you don't know who they are, they have a deal with what, as far as I know, they got a deal with Target and Walmart. They are about to blow up. You think debt slaves know to invest in the firm? No, they don't know that. They can't see that. I think obviously Mr. Zuckerberg is preparing for something that is also about to blow up. For him to change the name of Facebook, first of all, it's brilliant, because you got to understand, debt slaves get bored of the same old, same old. They always get bored of the same. So after a while, you got to remember, the young people are calling Facebook is for old people. That's for people that are in their 40s and 50s with children. Young people don't look at Facebook the same way it is. So Mark says, okay, I'm about to rebrand my name so I can attract the young people. Change it from Facebook, now going to some virtual reality, bloggity blah. Now the younger generation are going to turn around and say, whoa, wait a minute, what's Facebook doing? Now they're going to stop and turn around and see what they're doing, and then they're going to get back on. $1 million is enough to retire at what age? Any age. Age has nothing to do with it. At any age, $1 million, a paid off house, and no debt. You can retire at any age. It doesn't. You can retire at 20. This is just an example, though. I want you to, if I did this in my 20s, let me just give you an example. If I had $1 million, I mean, that's highly unlikely, okay? But if I had $1 million in the bank, a paid off house, and no debt, I could retire in my 20s. I would never have to work again. And that's not investing in anything. But in my 20s, I wouldn't do that. Okay. If I had $1 million cash in the bank, I would be investing in something else. I would create my own business. He's brilliant. That's why he is who he is. This is one thing you guys got to understand. Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they know the economy is psychological. They know that. That's why they're billionaires. They know currency doesn't exist for debt slaves. They know that physical currency and gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, all of that, it doesn't exist for debt slaves. Doesn't. They know that. That's why they're billionaires. Mark knows that, hey, man, the younger people have fallen off of Facebook. What can I do to get them back on? Change the name to some Meta, create some kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's creating a quality product just like he did with Facebook. Now he's creating some virtual worlds. That's the future. You guys, don't you guys, okay, let's take a step back. Okay, let's take a step back so you guys can see how they did it. Now, you can't see this when you're outside the debt matrix. You can see different things than when you're inside the debt matrix. First, what he did was start making these avatars. Have you noticed people don't even use their own picture on their Facebooks no more? They use avatars. This is how he takes baby steps into the new world. So now he gets people on Facebook to start going to the avatars, making them look as close as how they really want to, because people don't really like showing their self pictures or whatever. I don't know. I don't do that. But anyway, now that they're used to avatars, now they could take their avatars into this new world that Mark Zuckerberg is creating. You see how he does it? That's how it works. Now you can be in this virtual world and be anything you want to be. You can be anybody you want to be. You can do it. What's better world than that? And then they're going to pay for it. People don't use their own picture on YouTube. Exactly. They don't use their own picture. They use avatars. You see with Mark Zuckerberg, that's how billionaires think. They don't think they don't create something, become rich, and think it's going to be there forever. They understand that evolution happens. Evolution happens. Nobody stops evolution. Nobody. Nobody stops evolutions. They know that. You think Mark Zuckerberg was not paying attention to the younger generation, calling Facebook for old people? He's like, oh shit. I got to change that because I'll be blasted out of the water if I don't. This new thing, whatever he's doing, virtual. As soon as I heard him change the name to Meta, the first thing I said to myself, what are you doing? Well, why are you doing that? Oh, a whole virtual world. Oh, you got them hooked on the avatars first inside of Facebook, and now you're going to help them bring their avatars into a virtual world. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I'm like Omanike. I'm not going to use the avatar for my picture. I'm not doing that. I want people to know me, see what I look like. I'm not, because if after a while you unconsciously people start to get used to seeing the avatar pictures of the person because it looks kind of like the real person. So you think you start making the connection, whatever. Hey, whatever you guys want to do, whatever. Agreed, Andre. That's why the Sims game got so popular. That's why what's that other game? My girlfriend's son plays this game a lot. The square block game. What is that game, Nick? I know you probably know it. What's the game? All the characters are square blocks and you can create worlds. You can fly, create chickens and all this. You could do anything in this world. I forgot the name of that game. But they took a game that was probably looked like it was made back in the 80s, but then they made it modern, but still used the old graphics. It looked like square blocks. Minecraft. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Heat. Thank you, Nick. Minecraft. If my girlfriend didn't limit her son on this game, he would be on that damn game all day. Linnell, come here. Look what I could do. Look, I can fly. Look, I can kill the chicken. Look, I can grow this. I can grow that. I can dig all the way. Man, all day. Hey, I seen the trailer. It's really cool. Man, I mean, I guarantee, don't get me wrong. Whatever Mr. Zuckerberg is doing, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. Thank you, Aaron. I've never really paid attention to Fortnite, but yeah. LJ, they have a learning center for kids where you can go back in time in different places like ancient. Oh, man. Wow. Congratulations, Mr. Zuckerberg. Congratulations. Congratulations. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you who I'm going to meet. Because as soon as you guys think I'm joking. I know you guys think I'm joking. But as soon as Mark Zuckerberg hears of me, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, once they hear of me, I'm going to meet these people. They're going to want to meet me as much as I want to meet them. Because they know once I meet them, I'm not coming here to talk about your money. I'm not talking about none of that because I know money don't exist. I'm going to sit down and pick their brains just to see how they think. Because one day I'm going to have the same as them. I'm going to have SMD learning centers where parents can bring their kids, get them in there young. They're going to know that their kids are not going to have to be in there all day and studying all these different things. No, we're just basic math. We're going to tie positive and negative numbers to the real world. That's it. Nothing more than that. That's all you need to know. There are whole YouTube channels based on virtual Minecraft gaming. Sure is. They're making bread. When I first learned these kids are making bread from people just watching them play a game. They're so good at a game, people pay to watch them play can you get a better life than that? You're getting paid to play video games and people are paying to watch you play. But when S&D has classes for kids, adults, because you guys know age has nothing to do with what S&D teaches. Age has but the younger you learn it, the better. Because nothing stops time. Okay. But the younger you learn this, the better. You get some kids in here to learn how S&D works. Those are going to be pretty much guaranteed multimillionaires. The next generation The next generation of multi-million, and honestly, that's what I believe I'm here. I've been placed on earth for, to help create the next generation of wealth, because we're all human. It doesn't matter how much money you have, everybody dies. Okay, we all die. It doesn't matter. But debt slaves cannot be left to run unattended. They cannot be left to run unattended. They cannot be left alone. Just like the wealthy, see, this is the difference between debt slaves and the wealthy. The wealthy know in order to stay wealthy, they need debt slaves. Debt slaves don't know that. Debt slaves don't know they are the vital piece of wealth. Wealth cannot exist without debt slaves. It cannot happen. They need people to finance phones and cars and clothes and shoes and food, going out to restaurants. I know that. The wealthy know that. Yeah, they all know that. Oh yes, the gaming community. Oh yeah, it's huge. I know. Sometimes I'll see gamers. Hey man, do your thing. You a gamer? But sometimes I'll see they got these gaming chairs. I asked my brother because he's a gamer. I said, "How much is one of those gaming chairs?" And he told me the price of that bullshit. You think they're paying cash? Listen, do you think the majority of people that are buying those gaming chairs, you think they're paying cash for those chairs? Hell no, they're financing gaming chairs. I'm going to say that one more time. Debt slaves are financing overpriced chairs to sit in to play games. So they're financing the chairs, they're financing the headphones, they're even financing the fucking gaming systems. Now, which side you want to be on? Can you imagine financing a PS5? Once you finance that PS5 and you get it home to your house and open it up, you're never going to get that amount of money back for that gaming system ever. Even if you did this, I mean, they're in high demand right now. I'm just saying, what if PS5s wasn't in demand? Don't worry about the demand right now. If they were just available to anybody and they're $500, right? You could go buy a PS5 for $550. Don't even open it. Bring it home, don't touch it, and you try to sell it for $550. Nobody's going to buy it for $550. They're going to be like, no, I'm not paying $550. Well, I didn't use it. I haven't even opened it up. So what? They'll say just like this, I might as well just go to the store and buy it. Yep, you sure will. Yes. And when I say buy it out the system, I'm talking about you sell it for the system plus tax. You buy $550 plus tax. You don't even open up. You bring it home and then go try to resell it for $550 plus tax. See if you get it. You didn't even touch it. Now you can be a Madden king and get paid. Sure can. You can be a king. You got to be good. You got to have intent. Like if you're a gamer, so put it this way. Get debt free. I know you guys don't think one has anything to do with the other, but it does. Get debt free and say like you're a Madden gamer. Get debt free first. You go hardcore and being a Madden king. You master that shit. Then you'll get paid for doing what you love. You'll never work another day in your life. What do you do for a living? I just play Madden. That's all I do. The debt slaves are going to call you a loser. Oh, you're a nobody. This and that. Hey, whatever you want to think. I'm getting paid. Getting paid to play video games. Can you imagine a better life as a young person getting paid to play video games? Exactly. I remember when adults would say, you will never make money playing video games. Oh, all the time. What you going to do? Now, don't get me wrong. The majority of people that play video games are probably never going to amount to anything because they don't understand. They're in debt. If you're financing your gaming system and everything to go with it, because some of these people, some of these channels, I don't really watch them. I don't watch stuff like that, but you'll go click on some of these guys' channels. I mean, they'll have a whole studio set up. Top-notch equipment, chairs. system, sound system, headphones, anything. And they got regular jobs. You making money off that? Nah, man, I'm just a gamer. Oh, okay. All right. Whatever. Hey, baby, I'm a Madden king. They're going to think you're a loser. Any questions? We're going on 2 hours. Any questions? I'll be talking about random stuff because I want you guys to be able to be comfortable enough to come up and ask me some questions on these lives, man, because I'm actually I don't mind keeping Q&A Sundays, but you guys probably noticed the videos during the week have been less because I don't know, just getting tired of saying the same thing. But I'm here. I keep the Q&A Sundays here because I'm here to share. I'm really here to help you be the best, the most successful person you can be because there are no limits. Now, the majority are not gonna believe me until I'm big or a multimillionaire or whatever, right? But the only way they're gonna know how much money I'm earning is either via popularity or a public company. Personally, I will never tell people how much money I'm making ever. Because I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy walking around, just being me, walking in the park or listening to the birds, being unbothered. I don't want paparazzi following me and looking at my car. If I drive up with a $300,000-$400,000 Ferrari, of course people are going to look at me. Of course, you're driving a $300,000-$400,000 Ferrari. A car like that says, "Hey, everybody, look at me." It looks like I have money because if you drive a Ferrari, they don't really think about how you're driving it. They don't know how you bought it or paid for it. They just see you driving it. They're going to assume that you have money because you're driving it. You think I want debt slaves to know how much money I have? No. They have no money and you're driving around in a $400,000 car. No. Now, some people like Jeff Bezos, he cannot be helped because he's the creator of Amazon. His dream came true. And unfortunately, what comes with that is people harassing you. I can only imagine the conversations. I mean, I would never want that. I just don't want that. Same thing with Jeff Bezos. He can't walk around alone and enjoy the day with his family. That's just no, man, no. Because they blame him for something go wrong, he's blamed. Oh man, Facebook is stealing information and this and that, and he's blamed for everything. Personally, he's blamed personally. He can't turn to debt slaves and say, "Are you talking about Facebook, my company? You're talking about the company, right? Yeah, that's not me personally. That's my company." They will never know, ever. That's why when you guys see me on the panels, they always try to come back and say, "Well, LJ, how much you make?" I say, "I don't talk about that. I don't talk about it." Oh, this and then they just start making up stuff. "Oh, you're just saying this because you don't have." Hey, man, whatever you want to make up in your brain, you go right ahead. But I'm never telling you. Now, if SMD goes public one day, of course you guys are going to know. You're going to know the business. Like when you see, like for example, let me give you an example. Hertz just purchased 100,000 Teslas, which shot Tesla stock up. But you know what they said in the headline? Hey, Elon Musk is worth $36 billion more. Some crazy number, right? No, Elon Musk is not worth 36. Tesla is worth billions more, not Elon. But see, they got to put a face to the money. So now debt slaves will look at Elon and say, "Hey, look, he's worth this." And now anything Elon says about cryptocurrency or anything, They just assume it's correct because it's coming out of Elon Musk's mouth. How do you know? How do you know the reason? Do you know the reason why Elon's talking about a cryptocurrency or a certain type? Maybe he wants to make some money, and he knows that if he says it, you guys will invest, and he'll make. Who knows what he's doing now? This is just my opinion. I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what. It's nothing illegal about it. Hey, it's bread. It's business. It's nothing more than that. It's business. Oh, since Elon's talking about it, it must be okay. Whatever you want to believe. While at the same time, Elon lives on one of his business properties and put up a $50,000, some kind of build-up house that he sleeps in, 50 grand. Not even in his name, under the business name. You guys don't even understand how all that works. You guys just don't even get it. You're right, Andre. They can't sell. And this is what I want you guys to really understand. You guys got to really understand this. Debt slaves do not know the difference between business and personal debt. They do not know. All you got to do is listen to them speak when they start talking about money. They flip-flop between personal and business debt all the time. They don't know that they're doing that. They don't know that. How do I know that? Because I never do that, because I know the difference. I don't flip-flop between personal and business debt. I don't do that. Elon, Bezos, Zuckerberg aren't the richest. The richest people in the world are the richest people in the world. You don't know their names. You don't know their names, and that's how they want it. Like when you see Elon and Jeff Bezos and stuff like that, the reason why you know about their money is because their companies are public. Debt slaves don't know to separate their names from their company names. That's why that's why Mark Zuckerberg's name is Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook's name is Facebook. Since Mark created Facebook, debt slaves tie Facebook to Mark. Debt slaves tie Amazon to Jeff. You see what I'm saying? They do that. So now debt slaves, they'll hear how much the company's making and say, Mark is making that much money. Elon is making that. No, he's not. No, they're not. The company is making that money. He says, I think they're talking about his money because of his ownership. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why they do that. They do. But what I'm saying is Mark is not Facebook and Facebook is not Mark. Most people never knew who Ray Kroc was. For the longest, he used the McDonald's brothers' name. Sure did. That was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. I didn't know until the story came out. Hey, Ray Kroc created McDonald's. Like, well, Ray Kroc. Why do you? And you naturally think, well, why'd you name it McDonald's? Because of that. So Ray Kroc could walk around in public and use his real name. Hey, I'm Ray Kroc. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Ray Kroc. But if he said, hey, I'm Ray McDonald's, oh, you're the owner of McDonald's. That's why I'm glad this name SMD, Savings Minus Debt. Nothing to do with Linnell Young, nothing. No, I mean, not nothing to do, but no name associated. They won't say Linnell Young, oh, SMD? No, that won't happen. LJ? SMD? No. I mean, when you say Elon Musk gained 35 billion, his stock in his company made his net worth grow too. Only thing I'm talking about, Heat, is the separation between business and personal. That's what I'm saying. Nothing to do with, of course, his net worth grows and blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is the separation between the business and personal. I get it. I totally get it. I get what you're saying is correct too, Heat. I get what you're saying. I'm saying the ability Elon doesn't have the ability to walk out in public by himself because of the association, the psychological association, because you're talking physical things. You can look on a piece of paper and say, oh, hey, the company increased Elon's personal net worth. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's true. But what I'm saying is that the debt slaves will associate the money being earned like Elon has $35 billion more in his personal bank account, which he does not. That's all I'm saying. Elon can now it's even worse for him to be able to walk around by himself. Elon can't walk around town by himself. He can't. I probably walked past Ray Kroc a bunch of times. Right. I don't even know what he looks like. If he's still alive. I don't even know if he's still alive, but I'm just saying in general, when he was alive and started McDonald's, I would have walked past Ray Kroc. I wouldn't know who Ray Kroc is. I wouldn't even know what Ray Kroc got to do with McDonald's. I wouldn't even know. I know who he was because I'm from Illinois, where McDonald's blew up. Oh, okay, and I believe he got started. Gotcha. Whoops. Okay. He says, okay, I get it. You're right. Cash isn't up 35 billion, but slave think it. Yeah. And unfortunately, yeah, I know what you meant. Unfortunately, now that his increased whatever number they put in I don't really pay attention to it, but now it's even worse for him. He probably has to have 2 bodyguards. Now, think about it. I mean, you really got to get deep, okay? Get deep with it. His kids can't play outside like normal kids. He can't chance that now. Unfortunately, and that's unfortunate. I mean, imagine think back at your childhood, okay? Think back at your childhood, how much you could just go outside. Hey, mom, dad, can I go outside? And they say, yeah, sure. Be back by 5 for dinner. You say, okay. And then you just head out the door, go to your friend's house, get on your bike, ride to your friend's house and enjoy and have fun and go play at the park. Elon, Jeff, Bill, their kids can't do that. And as a kid, imagine being a kid and you wondering why you can't do the same things your other kids can do. Your friends, because they're going to make friends at school, so you can't even go to regular schools anymore. But you probably then again, you probably be going to school with other kids just like you. So I guess that might be different. But the kids they're gonna watch on TV or whatever, right? And they're gonna realize that they can't play like normal kids, and they won't be able to understand, especially at a young age, they won't understand why they can't do that. Why can't they just hop on their bike and ride down the street to their friend's house and play all day or play at the park or whatever? They can't do that. See, us as regular people, we're so concentrated on how much money they make, we forget about the freedoms that we have. That we totally forget about that we can go outside and walk and do. Your kids can go play. You don't have to. You can go outside. Hey, yeah, go play in the backyard. Go have some fun and close the door and go inside, watch TV and cook. You can't do that. You have that much money, now you have to worry about somebody kidnapping your kids and all. Nah, man, nah. That's why they be so protective. That's why the majority of millionaires, they don't be putting their kids' pictures on social media, and they have to do that. People be so concentrated on their money, totally forgetting what they're probably really missing. Before they came big, can you imagine? Think about like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all of them. I can only imagine how much they probably think back of when they first started, when nobody bothered them. Probably everybody was talking about, you're crazy. Whatever you're doing sounds like trash. That nobody's ever done that. Nobody's going to be able to do that. And nobody's bothering them. They're getting out and they're thinking, and then they blow up. Now they can't do the things they used to can do. You know how much they probably miss that? Like when I meet them, I'm going to be genuinely wanting to talk to them. Nothing to do with their money. I don't care about their status. I don't care. Hey, man, what can you do for me? Can you show me your facility? No, man, I just want to sit down and talk to you. Hey, man, tell me, do you miss being able to do what I'm about to do, they'd probably be like, what? Get in my car and drive down the street. Go to the park by myself. Do you miss that? Do you miss being able to not be able to show your kids how much it was fun just to play at the playground by yourself when you were kids? You better believe they miss all that. That's why I love what I do. Because you put it this way, I guarantee you, Dave Ramsey can still enjoy his. Now, you know, Dave Ramsey is a multi-millionaire. Guarantee you he can enjoy his family life without bodyguards. Guaranteed. The only people that know who Dave Ramsey is people that's probably working on getting out of debt. Before I got debt free, I had never heard of Dave Ramsey ever, and he had been in the business for 20 years. I was like, who's Dave Ramsey with this country voice from Tennessee? Who is that? I only know Dave Ramsey because I'm debt free. That's the only reason why I know Dave Ramsey. That's it. Guaranteed he can. Guaranteed. Everybody don't know who Dave Ramsey is. But now that I'm doing what I'm doing with building S&D, I respect what that man has done. Can you imagine how much resistance he got? Hey, man, get debt free, get out of debt. Your life will be better. Can you imagine how many people called him crazy? Oh, of course, Omanike. Of course. Okay. I'm not saying be totally naive. I'm just talking about bodyguards. I'd carry a gun on me too. I sure would. I would, just in case. But Jeff Bezos can't walk around just with a gun on him. He has to have security. He has to have security. I will be doing this until the day I die. This is what I'll be doing. To have been able to find the gift that I've been given on this earth, you better believe it, I'm gonna be doing it until I'm dead. It's a literal superpower, literally a superpower. I know something that millions of people don't know, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That is a superpower, a financial superpower hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. Now, you guys also got to remember, I just discovered this. It was already in place. I'm just finding it. It was already in place. You get what I'm saying? It was already here. Somebody designed a system, a financial system hidden in plain sight. You know how smart you got to be to come up with something like that? You got to be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. To take slavery from physical, because think about it this way. The wealth back when slavery was legal. Now remember, there's not just black slavery, okay? Slavery was many different races, okay? The wealthy was wealthy because of physical slaves, people. Now, when slavery was abolished, when they stopped slavery, what's that mean for the wealthy? The wealthy become no longer wealthy, so they had to figure out something that was going to replace it. They had to, because the wealthy was going to stop being wealthy. So they switched them from physical to psychological. And the only thing I can come up with, honestly, slavery was abolished in around 1865. And then the capitalist economy started around the 1900s. So I'm assuming between 1865 and 1900, that's the time they took to create the new psychological slavery. That's the only thing I can come up with. Because that couldn't have happened overnight. They said, hey, man, we got to come up with something, else we're all going to lose. We're no longer going to be wealthy if we don't come up with something. And somebody came up with something. Hey, how about we keep cycle? How about we continue with slavery? They say, hey, man, what are you talking about? It's abolished. What are you talking about? No, not physical, psychological. What the hell are you talking about? Here, I'll show you. And then they did it. All capitalist economies are psychological. They're not physical. Can you touch a capitalist economy? Can you touch it? Is a capitalist economy round or is it a square? Is it red or blue? Or is it purple? What's up, Jimmy? Hey, LSMD family. LJ, I've been watching a group that has created a bad grandma NFT, non-fungible token. Oh, goodness. Folks dropped $333 in crypto. It's crazy just to sit back and watch a bad grandma. Oh, debt slaves, man. Anybody can make. Is this cryptocurrency, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah, in crypto. Let me tell you something, debt slaves. They're going to do you guys so good. When it comes to cryptocurrency, let me tell you, debt slaves, they're going to do you guys so good. You guys don't even know paper money doesn't exist. Can you imagine what they're going to do with cryptocurrency with you guys? That, man, they're going to financially abuse you. All kinds of hype around the fact you might create a rare one and then sell it later for more. It's the same old pattern. If I get in early, just like Bitcoin, because had I jumped in Bitcoin, they say the same thing about Amazon stock. They say about Apple stock, all the stock. If I got in early, man, I'd be rich right now. Well, yeah, that's true. Had you known about it, but they don't know. You have to have your own money to do it. You got to have your own money to do it. If you're borrowing money to invest, you're doing it wrong. You have no money. You got to ask yourself, why am I borrowing money to invest? How come I don't have my own money? Once you answer that question, you'll be rich. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap it up here. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thank you for the people that jumped up on the panel. Much appreciated. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for joining and listening to listen to me ramble on and speak about the SMD. What's up, Andre? Thank you, everybody, for jumping in. Much appreciated. Till next time, here, let me give my email, just in case you guys got some questions. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. All right. There's my Cash App. By the way, I always forget this. Thank you for the people that send me money on Cash App just from watching my videos, and just to say thank you. Much appreciated. Very, very much. Thank you very much. Always appreciate it. Okay. I want you guys to understand that always. I wish I could type more back to you on the Cash App, but they just let you send a happy or, something else, some kind of icon. So much appreciated. There's my email. Okay. If you create two or more, you are entered into a Lamborghini giveaway. I'm wondering if the person that wins what's so crazy? And I'll say this this is what, like casinos do this a lot, right? They'll put a badass car that you could win if you play this game or do something, right? But what debt slaves don't know, before you get that car, you have to pay the taxes on that car. And listen, if you can't pay the taxes, you don't get the car. So, and this is brilliant, and I'm not saying that they do this. I'm just saying it would make sense. You put up a very expensive car to be able to win inside of a casino, okay? They already think they're coming into a casino. going to win. Even though casinos like in Vegas, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not because people are winning. Okay. They're not, but they'll put a very expensive car in there that you could possibly win if you do whatever they're telling you to do. And say like a person wins the car. They're going to say, hey, congratulations, you won the car. And then they take you to the back and say, before you can have this car, you got to pay the taxes on the car. And they're not going to have the money to pay say like they had a brand new Corvette up there. $100,000 Corvette loaded. You can win it, and a person wins, he puts in some change or bet or whatever they do, and he wins and say, oh yeah, but you got taxes on a $100,000 car. Can you pay it? No, you don't get the car. The casino wins. They don't even have to they don't have to lose the money on the car at all. And they play by the rules. You have to have a lottery winner. You do. You have to have a lottery winner every once in a while. Got to have some flashy ding, 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 ding. And then, just like in Vegas, that's why they put all the bells and whistles and the lights. So as soon as you hear somebody win inside of a casino, everybody's turning their head to see who just won. Oh my God. And then you guys think to yourself, that could be me. That's why they put all the flashy lights. So you guys will think that. That's why they put Mega Millions. That's why they rent out billboards for Mega Million amounts. So you guys will look and see how much it is. And then you guys start dreaming, what could I do with $5 million, $300 million? And then you guys start dreaming. And then you go out and buy lotto tickets. Then that's how they work. Mega Millions. Then they do the mega. They join states together so the pots can even be bigger. And your chances are even less because multi-states are involved. That made your odds are even less. But it's more money. Congratulations. Congratulations. All that bread. Oof, man. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Much appreciated. Till next time. Later.